So, what's better, embroidery, vinyl, or printed directly on the hat? You have a few different options, and it all also kind of factors in, I guess, to your cost and how complicated the design is. I would say for the simplest designs, writing, things like that, either vinyl or embroidery is going to be good. Embroidery is obviously going to last a lot longer out of all these options because it's actual physical thread as opposed to kind of ink. So we have, for instance, a custom printed one, which has specific placement kind of built into the pattern of the hat, and then we've cut it out. So this is obviously going to last a very long time. The vinyl ones that we've been currently washing and testing out are also standing up really well. We've washed them the equivalent of a year and a half. And they've been fine at 60 degrees, including tumble dry, which actually I was surprised about because there seems to be a bit of a myth around vinyls just falling off, but maybe that's just buying cheap T-shirts. And so when it's not done properly, then it doesn't last. But yeah, we've had good results, especially vinyl. It's really good for complicated designs. If you have a really intricate logo, think of some I don't want to call them sororities, societies. They're able to kind of print all like this Brain Lab. They've printed kind of a really intricate design for the background of their hats. I would say that's obviously more suited to actual custom printing, but you'll be surprised. I'll throw some examples for embroidered hats versus vinyl hats, and you can just get a sense of the different applications. Obviously, visually, the vinyl will kind of sit and boost out a little bit. Generally, we add a little white detailing around just to give a bit of separation from the fabric that you've chosen. Just gives it a bit more of a kind of prominence so it doesn't necessarily blend in. And then, obviously, your embroidery, you can get very complicated designs. It just ends up taking a longer time. So it just depends on the trade-off between how big the design is. We don't charge per color, we charge per placement. So again, maybe if you wanted multiple placements, it would be better to go with a vinyl solution rather than an embroidered solution. So it really depends. I mean, the best bet is just to reach out to us and we can kind of recommend the best ones for you. And obviously the kind of most expensive one is obviously getting a whole meter of fabric printed, especially if you're only ordering one hat. Because obviously most of that cost will just be to the meter of fabric as a kind of minimum order quantity in that respect. But as soon as you're ordering like 20 plus hats, it can become pretty efficient. And you can do things where you mix and match, where you just get custom printed on the back of the hat or on the front panel, and then just use a plain fabric for the rest, which obviously helps cut your costs. And it depends really what you're looking for. So it's always best to get in touch. medicuscaps.com.